Let's face it, trucks nowadays are a luxury. Even the smallest and cheapest pickup trucks cost an arm and a leg, and it would be very refreshing to see something small, practical, and affordable hit the market for once. That's exactly what GM has in plan though, as they prepared a drastically cheaper alternative to the Ford Maverick and Santa Cruz, which are just as capable. So brace yourselves for a brave new pickup truck world, as the GM CEO releases unthinkable $19,000 pickup truck that competitors just can't match. Old name, new philosophy. GM might have made a few mistakes in the past when nostalgia biting, looking at you Blazer and Trailblazer, but their new compact pickup truck hits the nail straight on the head. Everyone welcome the GMC Syclone. The new GMC Syclone will be based on the GMC Terrain, meaning that it'll be situated on the VSSS platform, best known to have been used with the Chevrolet Equinox. This is an FWD-based platform with a transversely placed engine, making it quite cheap to make, and because of the parts sharing with GM's compact crossovers, production will be located in the same plant as them. But enough of us being technical, let's talk about styling. The GMC Syclone will share its aesthetic philosophy with the GMC Terrain, with most parts being shared between them. The front end will, for example, be a carbon copy of the Terrain, with absolutely no changes. Why? Well, first, this will allow production to remain identical for some parts, meaning production costs will be lower. This means you'll see the same headlights, same grille design, same everything. As for the side profile, the GMC Syclone will resemble the Terrain with its back part of the roof being cut off. No drastic changes will be made, and stuff like front quarter panels, front doors, door handles, wing mirrors, etc., rear doors will be shortened due to the introduction of the truck bed to increase practicality, but otherwise nothing to write home about. The bed in the tailgate will be simplistic to the utmost level, and frankly, we like that. We're tired of trucks sacrificing practicality for the sake of design. Looking at you, Hyundai Santa Cruz, all in all, a good looking but still honest pickup truck, and that's what we like about it. But a truck is only as good as its engine is, and we're glad to announce that the Syclone delivers in this regard too. A set of well-proven powertrains. The GMC Syclone comes equipped as standard with a 1.5-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine, which is the same engine used in the GMC Terrain. This unit is ideal for those of us that need a truck that's frugal, offers adequate power, and is primarily oriented for city driving. The FWD variant produces around 175 horsepower, and it'll be paired with a CVT gearbox. The AWD version produces 10 horsepower more, and is thankfully equipped with a proper 8-speed automatic as standard. These two variations of the engine evidently won't win you any races. However, there'll be more than enough for casual use. The towing capacity also won't be record-breaking, with 2,500 pounds being the limit for the AWD and 1,500 pounds being the max capacity for the FWD version. There will, however, be a more potent powertrain on offer, and that's the 2.5-liter Turbo 4 used in the GMC Acadia. This engine will produce 250 horsepower, which is a drastic detune compared to the Acadia. However, it'll still be a pretty capable engine nonetheless, and will rival the Maverick's EcoBoost and Santa Cruz's own 2.5 Turbo 4. It'll be able to tow up to 4,500 pounds when properly equipped, which is great for a unibody truck of this size. It'll also come as standard with AWD and an 8-speed auto, ensuring good performance, comfort, and allowing it to be used both on-road and off-road. There will also be another engine choice, but more on that later. Functional and robust interior. The biggest difference between its crossover counterpart will be the interior though. When the Terrain comes equipped with a cutting-edge interior, the Syclone will come with a very work-oriented and bare-bones cabin. Entry-level models will come with the same cabin used in the previous generation of the GMC Terrain. This means you'll be getting a smaller 8-inch screen as standard that's been integrated into the dash, as well as an analog gauge cluster and a generally much older design. The only thing new will be the steering wheel, taken from the new GMC Terrain, which will be made out of rubber to keep costs low. The materials will also be cheap and sturdy, made out of no soft-touch plastics whatsoever, to allow for it to withstand the test of time better, be cheaper to make, and cheaper to replace. Higher-end models will utilize the new GMC Terrain's interior layout though. This means you'll be getting a 15-inch vertical screen at the middle, which will be complemented by an 11-inch digital gauge cluster. In addition to that, the layout itself will change drastically, ridding the Syclone from buttons instead of a touchscreen-based UI. That said, it'll still be a fairly rudimentary interior quality-wise, made out of cheap plastics, albeit in a reduced manner. The seats will be cloth as standard, and you can option leatherette seats for higher models that will be heated. This isn't a lot of kit, as it is already standard procedure in the segment. Essentially, the Syclone will offer everything you'd expect from a modern vehicle at this price. However, what isn't expected is its cab choice. Single and crew cab available. The GMC Syclone comes with two crew cab choices, a crew and a single cab. The single cab will be reserved for lower-end models, and with it, you'll get two-seater, two-door version with a longer bed compared to the crew cab. This will be ideal for those of us who need a big bed and a solid work truck at a low price tag. The bed will be a 5-foot bed, rivaling most midsize trucks. Sure, you'll be sacrificing the rear seats, but you'll also get a far cheaper truck with a large bed. And it'll be perfect for workmen, craftsmen, and even city delivery and personal use. That said, most will want a crew cab, and we'll be getting that too. Without changing the front door design or length, the crew cab and single cab will mostly be identical. However, the truck bed will also be drastically shorter, clocking in at 4 feet, which is less than the Maverick or the Santa Cruz. However, it will be drastically cheaper, but more on that later. Prior to that, we'd want to focus your attention to a special version of the Syclone. Performance version on the horizon. The GMC Syclone will also be coming back in spirit, as the pickup truck will also come as a performance-oriented legacy version. This truck will have a street truck body kit, a performance-oriented interior, lowered suspension, as well as performance tires and wheels. The interior will utilize bucket seats, as well as various accents to make it look nicer and sportier. The powertrain will be the same 2.5-liter engine as the second powertrain. However, this will be a high-output variant with over 320 horsepower to the wheels. This will make it the most powerful compact pickup truck on offer, and it'll completely wipe the floor with Ford Maverick's Lobo trim. In addition to that, the 8-speed auto will be tweaked to make it faster when it comes to shifting and performance. But you haven't heard the best thing. This trim will be a single cab only. This has been done for two reasons. First of all, a single cab is lighter and will improve performance drastically, allowing it to be nimbler and more athletic through and through. Second of all, is because they wanted to make the truck even more retro-oriented and make it look as similar to the old Syclone as possible. Release date and price. As for the price and release date, we're happy to announce the GMC Syclone will start from around $19,000 for a single cab entry-level model. The same truck with their crew cab will set you back around $4,000 more, and it'll cost an additional $2,500 to opt for the AWD version, which you can option out with both body styles. Models that most people will actually buy will be situated from around $25,000 to $30,000, which is noticeably less than the Maverick's offerings. Higher trim levels will set you back from $30,000 to $35,000, and for the money, you'll get a nicer interior, better 2.5-liter powertrain, as well as a nicer exterior, but will be limited to the crew cab. Finally, the Legacy model will set you back $40,000, which is a lot. However, you truly will be getting a hot and unique pickup truck for the money. And when compared to some hot hatches, it really feels like a bargain. As for the release date, you can expect the Syclone to be revealed late this year and released to the public this time next year.